And we are live. How's it going? As usual, I have to double check if everything works properly. So mic check and sound check and video chat and all that. So if you're in here, make sure to say hi. And yeah, if something is wrong, just let me know. Then you can try to fix it. Cool. All right. Everything seems fine. Okay, let's get started. So, welcome to another stream, and today we're gonna work on another cool Blender VFX scene. I had this idea today, and we're gonna see how that's gonna work out. What you're seeing on the screen right now is it's the last live stream effect we did. And the last live stream we made this visual effect here, a tentacle coming out of a pool with the fluid simulations here in the middle screen. You can see very well what the solid view looks like. Everything what is gray is basically the shadow catch. We have a dynamic paint here, obviously the tentacle, and the background for reflections basically. Susie, hello Susie, was geht ab? Willkommen to my live stream. Usually I go live way later, around like midnight my time. So all the Europeans and Indians and Africans, they have the chance to come in here as well. Today I'm trying to live stream at a normal time for me. We have 3:30 p.m. right now, and we're gonna see how many people are gonna actually join. Yeah. Anywho, like I said, today we're gonna work on another tentacle effect because I had this idea today while I was using the bathroom. How icky it would be if you know, if tentacles came out of the toilet. That'd be pretty disgusting. So I figured, why don't I try to make this in Blender? Today also I'm gonna try to do something different though, because I always, like in this scene also, I always have the problem with the tracking. The Blender tracker always is never 100% perfect, 100% accurate. So today I'm gonna try to track it in After Effects, bring the tracking information into Blender and use it there. And I have no idea if it's gonna work. I did some testing today. I did some testing today with like the last scene I did. If you've seen the Transformers scene, which is second, this guy. Hold on, like this one actually is this scene. So I made this scene for my next tutorial. The tutorial is going to come out on Wednesday. And here also the tracking was just not perfect, and I was like, oh, let me switch to the screen. The tracking was not perfect. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect. And I figured, why don't I try to track it in After Effects, bring the tracking information into Blender, and use it there. So I went through a few tutorials and learned how I can actually export the tracking information out of After Effects and import it into Blender. There's a few things you need to do if it's something you want to do too. It's just installing a script into After Effects, also installing a plugin into Blender, and then it's technically pretty simple. But we're gonna see how it's gonna work. Again, first time actually trying it for the real scene, so we'll see. Dave is in my live stream. Welcome in my live stream. Yeah, like I said, today we're gonna go live a little bit later than usual, and we're gonna see if I get some people in here. If not, that's fine too. You can always rewatch the live stream in later. What else we have? Like in my last tutorial, we made this cool scene where a plane crashes into the street where I live. And it's obviously I'm protecting myself with my little umbrella here. If you want to see how to make an effect like this, check out my last tutorial. It's online already. Anywho, let's get started on our scene. So I obviously need my tentacles. I need my here you can actually see how I try to track the scene in After Effects, and then I just exported this into Blender, and it worked actually pretty good. But it did have some issues. Anyways, we're not gonna do this in here. We're gonna start over. So I'm gonna bring in my my tentacle blender video. I recorded a cool video. Just recorded my toilet, and we'll see how the tracking is going. So I'm just going to import, make a new comp from selection. But this is the video. Like I said, it's not very exciting. It's just a toilet, and I thought I'm going to make it interesting. So what I did here was I'm basically walking towards the toilet. Then on purpose, I just panned away from the toilet because I'm obviously opening the lid and then going back to the toilet, and then there's going to be tentacles in there. Okay. And the reason why I panned away is so I can easily, technically, just start the scene here. I don't need this entire walk and track all of this. I can start the track basically here. I hope I didn't make a mistake doing that, but that's basically the idea. So first I'm going to try to track the entire thing just in case, because I want to see if it actually works if I track the entire thing. So just under tracker, I hit track camera, and now it's basically tracking the entire camera movement. And you can see on the top left here, you can see how many frames so far it has tracked. So far we're at 20 out of 40, out of 400. So we're going to see how that goes. Get my water real quick while you can watch this tracking. And that's the cool thing about the After Effects tracker. It's just one button, just one push. You've seen me track in Blender many times, and it is a hassle. You have to pick your tracking points individually, and sometimes they don't work. You have to delete individual points. After Effects is almost everything is automatic. Just push one button, and then also the downside, either it works or it doesn't. You know, it's not like, oh, that's a terrible track. No, either it works or it doesn't. So we're gonna see if this actually works. If the entire scene like that works, that's pretty cool. I'm still not gonna use the entire scene because that would mean I have to track render in the end 400 frames, and that's not necessary because we don't see those tentacles right now. We're gonna see the tentacles once the toilet seat is open. You know, then we're gonna see the tentacles. So I don't need to render everything. I'm just tracking everything right now because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what is it? How all the tracker is gonna work. So yeah. Not sure how long I'm gonna be live for today. I assume it's gonna be like 2-3 hours. I'm not gonna finish the entire scene. I know I always get like excited and then I keep working. And like my last live stream was like 6 hours long or so. I got interrupted because at some point the internet shut down for some reason. But altogether it was almost like a 6-hour live stream. Okay, well, we're done here. Let's go back here to this screen. Okay, you can see analysis solve failed. So it just can't track my video, and that's what I meant. If that's true for the entire thing, then I'm basically screwed. But I hope if I just cut in from here, then it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna cut this shot here and try to advance, maybe go detailed analysis, and I'm trying to track this again. Yeah, because if that literally doesn't work that way, then I don't know if I'm going to be able to track it. I still should if I go to this shot because I have enough information here to track. So even if that doesn't work, I still can do the normal way in Blender to track this, and then I have more control. But that's what I'm doing this experiment for, and that's why I'm doing that in the live stream to see if it works, and you guys can watch and see it through my eyes, maybe learn something out of it. I hope I'm gonna learn something out of it. So here, so you see I made this cut. Now you can see it only has to track 200, what was it, 97 frames instead of 400, so it's already fewer frames. And I hope through all this movement, it's just going to be easier. Here, I don't need the tracker anymore. I'm going to do this tracker. Yeah, it's 44 seconds left. And for everyone who just joined in, we're doing a tentacle effect today. This tentacle effect, not this here, it comes out of a pool. In today's video, it comes out of a toilet. I think it's going to be very disgusting. I don't really know where from, if it actually comes from down here or just here, and I'm going to darken this area. Solving camera, and come on, do the thing. Welcome, Jasmine, to my live stream. Hey, I'm listening to you to fall asleep because tomorrow is going to be a hard day. Peace, Jasmine. Welcome to my live stream. Have a beautiful night. In Germany, it's like midnight, 1 a.m. So I appreciate joining in, tuning in, hanging out with us. Still solving. Hope it's gonna work. Gigabyte World is in the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're tracking a toilet shot right now. I know it doesn't look very exciting here so far, but it's gonna be great. Okay, unable to solve camera for this frame. So let's see. Yeah, okay, so it could track this part. So I guess that's just not gonna work. That's a shame. I was really hoping this is gonna work. Okay, those are my tracking points. Here you just can't see them. It's interesting. I can't track this entire beginning part. Here it's fine. That's weird. Because normally I would just, pick something down here. Good points here. Select all of those. And create a camera and solid. Now I have it's oriented. So now it's basically tracked to the toilet, and then I would use this information to position my tentacles. But I guess if that doesn't work, then screw it. I'm just gonna do it completely in Blender, and let's hope for the best. All right, we are in Blender now, and I'm a little disappointed though. I really hope that that's why I went so crazy with the camera, because I was really hoping After Effects is gonna work out. Maybe if I play around with the settings, do something. No, maybe it would work. see what other settings do I have. Auto detect, typical, fat, no, psych. Switch it to typical. So and that's the thing with the After Effects tracker. There's not much you can do. You can detailed analysis. It's the only button really you can push. Auto delete points across. I could maybe turn that off. Yeah, I mean, there's like so many points. How can that not work? Well, nothing we can do with it. All right, let's just made a new file, Blender file. I'm gonna save it into Tentacle Toilet. Let's call it Tentacle Toilet. And see you soon. Hi Matt, hi Ali, and good night from Germany. And Matt and Ali, they're not here. It's just me. Okay, motion track. Let's hope for the best. Open clip. It's my video. So again, I'm gonna start tracking here. So it's blurry footage for sure. Normalize, detect features, and it doesn't even detect features. So let's just make this back bigger. No, nothing. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Fast movement. It takes a few features here. This. We need a lot of points. Track. Track this backwards. See how far we can get to track. Again, the tracking is always the hardest part. So it's like always annoying, doesn't work. I just want to do the fun stuff, putting things together and making sure it looks cool and animating. But tracking is always such a headache. It's awesome. I can see that this track's all over the place, but let's see. So camera movement motion and see what. So we have a soft error of 13 pixels, which is not terrible for the first one. We can definitely see like here, this is like where the trackers jump back and forth. Like for example, I have to delete this one. This one is jumping all over the place. I might just delete this one. This one is jumping all over the place. Let's solve it again. Sometimes even though you deleted like bad tracks and you solve it again, the self error is even worse than before. It's really weird to me. Like I said, it's like always annoying to. It's lots of manual tracking. Oh shoot. Lots of manual tracking, and it's no fun. I like the way it works in After Effects. You just push one button and it happens. I didn't do anything. I just what happened? Now the self error is 21. I didn't do anything different, did I? Just leaned down and I picked something up, and now the tracker is worse. And really, I just need to go look at every single tracker. Just remove the ones from the carpet, maybe. It's unlikely those are going to stick. Okay. And the goal is to get this number to 1. That's the goal. I don't know, those trackers actually look fine. Everything was tracked, even though it's not tracked completely, doesn't look too bad. Let me look at the graphs. Hmm. We can always try to just set up tracking camera, see how it looks. Oh, it's not terrible. Oh, I had a jump there, which I can live with if it's just in the end. Makes no sense that it jumps there. Okay, let's make this the origin. Set origin. Let's make it smaller so we can actually see. It's like 10 centimeters. So I can see it. It doesn't look terrible. What do you think? It's like looking at this right now. I think I can live with that. So like I said, I don't need the beginning. So right now the beginning is like the crazy part. The beginning is like all kinds of crazy. But I can always just track the beginning manually. Start from here. Okay, cool. That works for me. So I assume the bad solve error comes from the very beginning. But I can live with that. So we just remember we're going to start the renderer from like basically frame 104, because before that we don't see anything. 104, we got to remember that. Okay, so this is done. Now we just have to adjust the scale. So I select 2 markers like this and this. Be like, this is like, I don't know, 10 centimeters. Set scale. That basically works. Origin is fine. The floor is already set, I think. So let me just go to layout and see how that goes. Like usually I have my guy here as a reference, but I don't need it. Scale reference. I don't need the light from the background into my foreground, my ground. This is going to be the shadow catcher. And now we can start working on our tentacles. But before that, actually, let me model our area a little. So we go to this. First, I need like a placeholder for my toilet. Like my ground is also not fully aligned. Let me go back to my motion tracking tab. Be like this. Technically, my ground has to be in there, but this, and this is going to be my ground. Floor. There you go. So now that should be better aligned. Layout. Trackers are also too big a little. Forgot. What can I adjust it? I think it was like somewhere here. Motion tracking. Oh yeah. I can make my trackers bigger and smaller. So here I know that those trackers, those points here, they are on in my scene. So when I select my camera, I select it. I can see my markers here. This should be like the toilet, not the toilet, the toilet paper. Those two markers. Yeah. Now I just have to basically model toilet seat just for the shadow capture and stuff like that. So just align this point, the edges. So now basically it's make those round edges. And do that by let's subdivide this a million times. Now with proportional editing, I just it doesn't have to be perfect, just the edges have to be aligned. Just more or less. A mistake I always make, I scroll through my camera view and then I lose my track, so make sure to turn this off. So when you want to zoom in, you don't actually move the camera. So yeah, now I'm just gonna keep modeling this until somewhat satisfied. As you can see, I am terrible at modeling, but it'll do. Now I can just do the same thing with the midpoints here and bring them all to the edges. So I can make a hole in the middle. Or try to use the knife tool. I guess that will work too. Shortcut. Yeah. And now I made a half circle. I guess that should work too. Now I'm just going to select the faces in the middle. Um, these, not this, not this. And it's always interesting to see how much actually needs to be cut out and whatnot. Let's just delete those faces. And bring those vertices at the edge. It's probably the most modeling I've ever done in my life. Okay. Cool. This is my toilet seat. It's basically perfection. Let me fix this edge real quick. You might actually need this. Okay. And this one is sticking out a little. Nice. And when I look at it, perfect model of the toilet seat. It does seem to hover a little. It's weird. Shouldn't be hovering. Let me see if my camera settings are alright. 24 frames, that's how we recorded it. It seems all good. Hey Ali, welcome to my live stream. There's not gonna be any. I don't know, did you not copy this? We'll see.